Hi everyone, welcome again and a very good afternoon. We are on our 12th episode of our AMA series. Yesterday, Shopify announced its quarterly results. Few interesting facts. Total revenue in the first quarter was $470 million, a 47% increase from the comparable quarter in 2019. Another interesting fact is the retailers on the Shopify platform, on the Shopify universe, did a loss of GMV through POS or a GMV through POS declined by 71% between March 13, 2020 and April 24, 2020. Though retail merchants managed to replace 94% of lost POS GMV with online sales over the same period. So I'm just telling these facts to set the context as we are talking about SMBs, the new Indian SMB market, and how Indian SaaS can capitalize on SMBs going digital. Today's session will cover the new rules of selling to SMBs, cross learnings from SMB market across Asia, emerging opportunities, mobile first SaaS, and more, and realigning teams and processes. Without further await, I would like to welcome Shashank Dikshit, the founder and CEO of Deskera. Deskera was founded in 2008 and has more than 1 lakh plus mobile app users. With over 25,000 customers in 8 countries and a 300 plus team, Deskera has raised over $80 million in funding from investors like Naver Corporation, Jungle Ventures, Cisco Investments, Innovent Capital, Tendesu, and more. So, Shashank, welcome to the show.
Hi, Weber, how are you, man?
Doing good. And as we always do, try to start on a lighter note. And you are tuning in from Singapore. So, how is the quarantine life in Singapore? Any good anecdotes you might have observed and want to share?
It is similar. I think it's similar to India, similar to very strict quarantine, and we're not supposed to go to office, and we can still go to market and buy stuff, but it's still very restrictive. And overall, obviously, there are some silver linings, but generally, we have never seen something like this in our life, right? So, जब हम छोटे थे तो पढ़ते थे कि वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 हुआ था, तो उसमें ऐसा हुआ था, तो हम लोग कहते थे कि वॉर तो नहीं होने वाली अभी वॉर हमारी लाइफ में आने नहीं वाली, तो ऐसा कभी होगा नहीं कि हम घर पे बैठे रहेंगे कभी. So the fact that कि वॉर तो नहीं हुई है, but this situation would be very similar to a post-apocalyptic war or something like that, right? So very surprising, यार, मतलब never seen this before, never imagined even, right? So yeah.
Sure. So getting into the conversation for today, and you sell to SMBs of various sizes, and you have multiple products catering to different SMBs and different domains. And starting on a more broader note, what is the fundamental key difference you are seeing when you are reaching out to SMBs post-COVID and versus pre-COVID? So few fundamental trends on top level, if you want to share, which are coming from the SMB side.
So the thing is, हुआ क्या है कि SMB, if you look at, so there are two big sectors today, SMB and startups. And if you look at Asia, you spoke about Shopify. Startups in the West and the SMBs in the West have massive overlap. So West में जो growth आई है last 10 साल में, to the post 2008 growth that had lasted till 2 months ago, that had a very good impact on both startups and SMBs. And West में जो startups SMBs, they form a pyramid जिसमें कि startups are at the sort of the bleeding edge of an SMB, and the rest of the SMBs are in the supply chain of that whole bleeding edge. So think of it like an arrow which breaches the economy and takes the economy forward. So वो जो एक aerodynamic situation बनाते हैं West में कि एक startup होगा, वो create करेगा अच्छी technologies like Slack, जो ईमेल रिप्लेस कर रही है पूरी, वो Slack यूज करेंगे और स्टार्टअप्स उसी उसमें ब्लीडिंग एज में, एंड देन SMBs यूज करेंगे. जब SMBs यूज करेंगे तो उसका अडॉप्शन आएगा, जो अडॉप्शन आएगा उसका तो मैसिवली उसको
So basically I can put it like the merger of tech startups and business has already happened in the West, which we have been talking about always. In India में अभी भी these three are very different.
बहुत नेचुरल है, बहुत it's very symbiotic. जो सिचुएशन ऑफ इकोनॉमी इन द वेस्ट है वो बहुत नेचुरल, बहुत बॉटम अप, बहुत ऑर्गेनिक है. सारा जो SMB है डाउन टू मॉम एंड पॉप टू स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम ग्रेट स्टार्टअप्स, ये सब SMBs में आते हैं. They have access to same amount of capital, they have access to public markets, they have access to very liquid banks. आप लोन उठा सकते हो. So if you are in Texas, if you're in Dallas in Texas and you're a small SMB, you have access to the same amount of capital as anybody else. So nobody in Dallas would say, "यार तुम तो यार SMB हो, तुमको पैसे क्यों होते हैं?" If you have good metrics, you use good technology, you have access to capital. Now it depends on you. You want to grow to $1 billion company, ठीक है, आपको ज्यादा capital मिलेगा. You want to grow to a small company, 10 million, 20 million, आपको उतना मिलेगा. And the banks give you loans, and the whole situation is very fluid. It's very liquid. इंडिया में वो नहीं है, एशिया में वो नहीं है. So एशिया में थोड़ा सा कार्ट बिफोर द हॉर्स आ जाता है कभी कभी. हम लोग स्टार्टअप्स को मैंने मतलब लोग पूछते हैं मैं सिंगापुर क्यों आ गया. अरे 12 साल पहले पैसा ही नहीं था इंडिया में यार. मतलब पैसा रेज करना, हमने वेबसाइट्स बनाए यार लोगों के लिए. मैंने पहले 5 साल तो वेबसाइट बनाए, ईमेल सर्वर सेटअप किए, जो समझ में आया वो किया जिसमें पैसा मिले, बिकॉज पैसा नहीं था. तो यहाँ पे जो स्टार्टअप्स का एकदम से माहौल आया है इन द लास्ट लेट्स से आई वुड से 6 years, राइट, 2014 से 13 से आया है, वो थोड़ा सा इनऑर्गेनिक है. And that creates a little bit of friction between SMBs and startups. So in my mind, SMBs and startups are same. SMB को setup करता है, वो जो they want to do a business, let's say in the geography that they are in or in the vertical that they are in, they have the same goals as a startup has. So ऐसा नहीं होता किसी SMB से पूछो, बोलो कि यार आप 4,000 की कंपनी बनाना चाहते हो, 4,000 करोड़ की, तो वो मना नहीं करेगा. कोई SMB ये नहीं मरेगा कि नहीं मैं ट्रक बिजनेस नहीं चलाना चाहता हूं जो पूरी इंडिया का कवर कर ले, मैं ब्लैक बक नहीं बनना चाहता हूं. तो विजन में कोई कमी नहीं है. अब वो टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्ट नहीं करेगा SME. तो वहां पर एक लाइन ड्रॉ हो जाती है. स्टार्टअप्स आर टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्टर्स, नॉन SMBs आर नॉट टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्टर्स. ये लाइन वेस्ट में नहीं है. एंड दिस इज व्हाई Shopify गेट्स अडॉप्शन, ग्रोथ एज वेल एज फॉरवर्ड लुकिंग मोमेंटम, विच इंडिया डजंट समहाउ गेट, बिकॉज SMBs बोलते हैं मैं टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं यूज करूंगा, अगर यूज करता हूं तो या मुझे समझ में नहीं आती है. स्टार्टअप्स बोलते हैं मैं टेक्नोलॉजी ही यूज करूंगा, मैं आई वोंट गेट स्ट्रीट स्मार्ट, आई विल रेज अ लॉट ऑफ कैपिटल बट आई विल प्रोबब्ली बर्न थ्रू इट. So
just to interrupt and kind of narrowing it down. So if I totally get your point, that the tech startup and merger and business is a merger is a common line in West, and it has always been from a long time. And India and Asian markets are catching up. You can call it evolution, you can call it inorganic, or you can call it need of the time, and slowly will push towards that line. But if I just want to simply for the benefit of viewers understand, before March 1st, your guys calling to SMBs and maybe reaching out for sales, for cold calls, whatever, versus now, what are the 3 fundamental things in attitude or questions which has changed from SMB side to a product company like yours?
Yeah. So I was actually coming to this. So what has happened with COVID is that it has suddenly overnight changed the perception of SMEs on technology. So pre-COVID, टेक्नोलॉजी लग्जरी है, मुझे टेक्नोलॉजी क्यों चाहिए, अरे मैं फोन से क्या, मैं अपने लड़के को फोन करके बोल दूंगा वो ऑफिस जाके पेपर निकाल देगा, मैं किसी को बोल दूंगा वो मुझे रिपोर्ट दे देगा. पोस्ट कोविड आप नहीं कर सकते हो. यू कांट कॉल योर गाय एंड गेट अ रिपोर्ट इवन इफ यू वांट टू. सो पोस्ट कोविड यू रियलाइज, oh, I need my P&L, or I need to file my GST, or I need to at least get some hold of customers that I don't even have the numbers, so I need a CRM now. So pre-COVID CRM was, अरे CRM की क्या जरूरत है सर, हमारा तो 50 कस्टमर है सर, पेन पे लिखा हुआ है, ऑफिस में डायरी रखी हुई है सर. पोस्ट कोविड ऑफिस ही नहीं जा सकते हो यार आप, तो अभी तो CRM यूज ही करना पड़ेगा. प्री कोविड सेम डिमोनेटाइजेशन में यही हुआ था कि प्री डीमो कैश की क्या प्रॉब्लम है, पोस्ट डीमो एकदम से आपको ऐप चाहिए. प्री कोविड ऐप की क्या जरूरत है, पोस्ट कोविड ऐप चाहिए, धंधा चलाने के लिए ऐप चाहिए, एम्प्लॉइज मैनेज करने के लिए ऐप चाहिए. अभी वो सिचुएशन आ गई है कि SMEs को बिल्कुल समझ में आ गया है यार कि टेक्नोलॉजी इज नॉट something that is out there. Technology is something that they have to use. Technology is not something that is outside of the sphere of influence. It's core to the business, and that has created a complete shift in mindset.
So, and if I just want to maybe put it in more clear perspective, so one can say that the user acquisition or the growth of user acquisition has been fairly more compared to February, even in your case, of course, minusing the purely retail businesses who might have gone down and are coming up now. Do you have any numbers which you can share around that to get more clear perspective? Because this question has been asked a couple of times, so I want to clarify it very clearly how because that's a delayed effect.
नंबर के मामले में को आइडिया देते हैं कि भैया हमारे तो भैया 10-20,000 30,000 40,000 डाउनलोड होते थे महीने के, और हम लोग एंटरप्राइज में जाते थे. मतलब हम लोग का इतना we were never focusing on bottom of the pyramid B2C. But we released this app and we said कि यार, the biggest problem in India is not that कि I'm competing with Zoho or I'm competing with somebody else. I'm competing with pen and paper. I'm competing with no technology. If there are 55 million SMEs in India, 8 million use any technology. Desktops sold in India last year were less than 5 million. So you look at the gap of technology in India, we are not competing with a technology provider. Like in US, you would compete with the Salesforce, or you would compete with a very brand name provider. In India, you're not competing with anyone. If you go to Kanpur, which is my hometown, if I go to a small time Lala and I say, sir, ये क्या use करते हो? तो वो ये नहीं बोलता है कि मैं तो ये use करता हूँ, वो use करता हूँ, ये use करता हूँ. वो कुछ नहीं use करता. So that market was giving me 20, 30, 40,000. Suddenly overnight went to 100,000. So my ad download, again, I think I'd shown that graph to you.
Sure.
Very encouraging. So this is something that India needed for a long while, for people to get convinced that technology is not something that you, वो कहते ना हिंदी में झुंझुना पकड़ा दिया कि आप गाना सुन लो टेक्नोलॉजी से, आप ये कर लो, आप एक एक्स्ट्रा बत्ती जल जाएगी. वो नहीं भाई, कोर है, कोर आपके धंधे का कोर टेक्नोलॉजी हो गया है. और ये समझ में अब आने लगे लोगों को कि अगर घर बैठना है और स्केल करना है, ऑफिस भी जाना है, स्केल करना है, तो टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करने से फायदा ही होना है, घाटा नहीं होना है. और अगर टेक्नोलॉजी लो कॉस्ट हो, चीप हो, सस्ती हो, मेरी तो फ्री है, मैं तो फ्री में दे रहा हूँ, ऐप डाउनलोड करो यार, यूज करो, तो फिर आदमी को समझ में आता है, धंधे वाले को समझ में आता है, आदमियों चाहे औरत को, जो उसको समझ में आता है कि ये टेक्नोलॉजी ऐसी चीज नहीं है कि वो दिखाने वाली हो, अभी ये काम करने वाली हो.
Sure. So you have a huge product stack from a ERP to a MRP, HRMS, etc. So any particular focus given the whole situation which you are analyzing based on numbers and data, and any particular focus on any particular stack, any particular product, or the whole stack will go on as it goes?
That is a big that is the big problem in the SME technology space, or I call that enterprise technology space. And I'll give me 5 minutes to explain technology in SME and technology in enterprise. So why there have been large SME enterprise companies, sorry, not SME companies, large enterprise companies like SAP ho gayi, Oracle ho gayi, that has been around for many years. Why haven't they breached the SME landscape? One question. The second question is, why is there no brand name SME company that everybody uses? Because it seems yaar hoga to sabko use karna chahiye. The answer is what I call as a paradox. Unless you have everything, you have nothing. Every SME is unique. Some SMEs have a problem with CRM. Some SMEs have a problem with payroll. Their payroll are different. Some SMEs, and even I'm sure you know that you are running a startup. Your invoices are different. That day I asked you what do you use. You said, yeah, I use this for that. Sometime I use pen, pencil, paper. You use something for CRM. Now your requirements are similar to a large company, but your budget is literally similar to a small company. Now enterprises, they buy SAP and then they spend millions of dollars. So if you go to Google and search SAP sucks, you will find a million pages also. They spend millions of dollars to get people to convert the product. What is called as customization. Convert it to their needs. That market is for enterprises. Small companies can't do that. So unless your can do everything, very simple example I'm giving you, one very simple example, commission calculation. हर SME के पास 2-3 सेल्स वाले हैं, उसकी कमीशन कैलकुलेट करनी है ना. इमेजिन कमीशन कैलकुलेशन द बिजनेस प्रोसेस, इमेजिन वो कितना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. सो कमीशन कैलकुलेशन इन्वॉल्व्स CRM बिकॉज यू नीड टू कैलकुलेट कितना सेल किया. इट इन्वॉल्व्स पेरोल, पे आउट जाएगा, पेरोल में जाएगा, उसमें कमीशन चाहिए तो फिर उसका कमीशन का टैक्स जाएगा. आपका कमीशन का बेसिक के ऊपर निकलेगा तो उसका पूरा एक अलग कंपोनेंट, अगर महाराष्ट्र में है तो अलग टैक्स, PF अलग कटेगा उसका. ये दोनों करने के बाद आपका ERP में कमीशन अलग तरह से बुक होता है. सो इट इज नॉट, कमीशन इज नॉट बुक, इज बुक्ड एज कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स बिकॉज हर सेल्स इंक्रीमेंटल होता है. सो ERP आपका फाइनेंशियल आपका अलग तरह से उसको ट्रीट करेगा. सो कमीशन कैलकुलेशन व्हिच लुक्स लाइक अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग which every SME needs in this world has 3 systems. I have personally seen companies spend millions of dollars, large companies spend millions of dollars to get commission calculation right. Salesforce मंगा लिया, SAP मंगा लिया, HR में SuccessFactors मंगा लिया, इंटीग्रेट करने के लिए Infosys को बुला लिया, 2-3 मिलियन खर्चा किए, चला नहीं. So if they can't get it right, so for your company, commission could be the biggest thing that you are trying to solve. For somebody else, inventory is the biggest thing, and somebody else, HR is the biggest thing. So in SMEs, unless you have the whole gamut of processes, you can't.
So one is So we are talking about horizontal versus vertical SaaS in the SMB space, right? Where you are coming from the belief that a horizontal SaaS player or the opportunity is a better opportunity given the whole gambit of products to cater end-to-end needs, versus a vertical SaaS may have opportunity, but again, it will see the roadblocks. Is that what we are trying to, kind of understand?
Vertical SaaS works in US where they have building blocks with large companies and they're filling those gaps with small companies. So आपका startup है, you do something, you are only doing commission calculation. You set up a startup and you say, yeah, I'll only do commission calculation. So now you can work with large companies, because small companies, how many companies can you find that only need commission calculation, right? So you can fill the gaps if you have the Lego blocks ready. In the West, companies do that all the time. That's why you get businesses in the West. In the East, people are starting out with basics. Accounting ही नहीं है सर, तो पहले accounting बनाओ उनके लिए. भाई मुझसे लोग पूछते हैं यार आपने क्या इतना सारा क्यों बना दिया? क्यों बनाया? क्योंकि मैं बेचने जाता था तो लोग बोलते थे यार इसमें यार अच्छा क्या बनाया? जब मैंने इनवॉइसिंग बनाया, बहुत अच्छा है. इन्वेंट्री है, नहीं है, जब हो जाए तो आना वापस आना. इन्वेंट्री बनाकर गए, वापस गए. कुछ नहीं है, इन्वेंट्री है, ठीक है. सीआरएम नहीं है, सीआरएम बना कर लाओ. एचआर नहीं है, एचआर बना के लाओ. तो पूरा चाहते हैं. There is a reason why Zoho has this suite. There is a reason why Freshdesk is now moving towards a whole application suite and not just one application. Which, if you even look at Zendesk, they're also releasing CRM. Simply because the market requires these features. If the SME doesn't have anything, it needs everything. And sooner or later, you have to figure it out.
So the vertical SaaS companies, be it marketing automation or who are bringing SMBs online and just handling one particular part, be it can be marketing automation, SMS automation, or whatever, right? They will grow, but again, they have the blue sky opportunity is small, as they call it in the SaaS terms.
So they partner with Salesforce, they partner with large companies, and they grow on their coattails. So they have a very good strategy that whoever buys Salesforce, let's target that market. But they're not growing in India for sure. They're not growing in Southeast Asia. They're not growing in Indonesia. They can't sell in Malaysia. So they can't sell in this region, but they can sell in US. They can put a call center and sell in US. That is very, very good strategy to fill a gap.
No. So I agree with you. Maybe, where I'm coming from was there are a lot of startups in India in vertical SaaS now in SMB space who are doing $5-10 million in revenue. Though I agree the growth might not be as exponential as it might be if you have a whole suite or you're in the West. But I think the trend is picking up in India now, and maybe the SMBs these guys are catering to are more advanced or more top of the funnel given the whole geographies.
So again, we have to. So maybe we need to clarify. The SMB that uses your software could use your software in two scenarios. The software is being used as a core for their business, or software is being used as a sort of a add-on to something else that they're using. In that case, that software is the core. So I'm talking about the core software.
Sure. Got it. And you sell in different markets. So if we just quickly do a India, Singapore, or again India, US is too vague, or any other geography in Asia, to give a comparative on the SMB side and on the sales side and on the conversion side, and you can pick India and any other market and kind of give us a parallel.
So if you look at the size of markets, just the size of SMBs, India has 55 million SMBs, Indonesia has 22 million SMBs, Malaysia, Southeast Asia include Karlo, so there are 100 million SMBs in this region. So size of the market wise, biggest, number one India, number two Indonesia, and that's how we focus as well. And then of course Singapore is a high paying market but doesn't have too many SMBs. So the SMBs are, even in Singapore, when we find an SMB, we realize they have a back office in Indonesia, they have a back office in Malaysia, they have a back office in.
So let's take Indonesia, given the geographical similarities.
Yeah, so India would be obviously the leading market in this region, and Indonesia is the number two market. For us also, download-wise and access to market-wise, these are the two biggest markets. And then we get some traction from US as well.
Sure. And so, and from the conversion, so I'm coming to conversion again and again because people tell that on SaaS it's a delayed effect unlike a B2C company, right? So what that delayed effect is what I'm trying to capture. The numbers going down revenue wise now the realization is coming, or you guys are still at the flattened curve and you guys will pick up from here, especially in horizontal SaaS SMB space.
So COVID impact on revenue, regular revenue is not much because businesses will use the software and they have to pay for a 2-year contract or a 1-year contract.
sorry to interrupt. So what about these, saloons, saloons or small mom and pop shops which are closed and which are typically part of your upper bucket customers because they can't open for next 2 months, 3 months, I don't know.
That is the good news with us. We don't go to salons. So who uses Descartes? Anybody who has inventory. So where we are good at is inventory. So our competition in the market is with a software that has inventory in it, or integrated inventory or warehousing, or is looking for something upstream. So if you look at SaaS software, you may have a very simple software for saloons. We don't cater to that market. Obviously, we love that market. Happy to serve that market, but our majority of customers are slightly upstream in there. So if you plot a map and say very simple user, very complex user, we are midway. So we serve the mid market. Typically, SMBs who have inventory, SMBs who have more than 1 or 2 shops. Like I was giving an example to one of your guys yesterday that if you have 5 shops, the amount of transactions you have to report in GST is 2 to the power 5. The 32 combinations that your inventory can move. Not that it has to move, but you have to, in the worst case, prepare 32 times 16 forms, which you can't. You need a software for that. So if you have inventory, that's where we come in. So we are slightly above that mom and pop shop. The impact that we are seeing is on the new customers. So existing customers obviously are not dropping out at that rate, but new customers obviously have completely dried up and said, yeah, we can't pay for it right now. There's no point signing up for a new software. So we will use. That's why we are selling more of our phone app. So phone app, the impact is very good. So phone app basically says
that's more customer acquisition, right? Because that's a free download.
So, if you're chasing growth, depends on what you're chasing. So in my mind, customer acquisition is a very vast term. In my mind, भारत में तो कोई टेक्नोलॉजी यूज ही नहीं करता है. ऐसा कस्टमर एक्विजिशन तब होता ना जब वो कुछ यूज कर रहा हो, मैं उसको एक्वायर करूँ, वो मुझे पे करे. कोई यूज ही नहीं कर रहा है. तो ये ब्लू ओशन और रेड ओशन की बात ही नहीं चल रही है. ये तो ओशन बिल्कुल इन्वेंट करा जा रहा है. बिकॉज जो कानपुर में और जो उज्जैन में और जो उन्नाव में बैठा हुआ बंदा, वो आज नहीं टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करेगा, कल नहीं यूज करेगा, 10 साल बाद भी यूज नहीं करने वाला. और ये इंडिया की प्रॉब्लम बहुत सालों से है, सदियों से है. हमने टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं यूज करी है, 1000 साल हो चुके हैं. सो वो एक्विजिशन जो होता है वो होता है कि एक यूजर है वो कल यूज करेगा, परसों यूज करेगा. ये तो नया मार्केट एडुकेशन है. ये तो बहुत लंबा, मतलब ये कुछ 10 साल का प्रोग्राम है. तो अगर मेरे इन्वेस्टर्स ना सुन रहे हो ये, लेकिन मेरा प्रोग्राम ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई मेरा प्लान यही है कि भैया आप यूज करो, भारत कहीं आगे जाए. थोड़ा बाद में पैसे बनाने का टाइम बाद में आएगा, बट आज की रेट में तो कोई प्रोडक्ट ही नहीं है मार्केट में जो यूज कर पाए वो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. कोई प्रोडक्ट नहीं है आज की डेट में जो आप फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट यूज कर पाओ. ये मेरा वादा है. यू गो टू द ऐप स्टोर एंड यू ट्राई टू डाउनलोड अ सिंपल ऐप, सिंगल ऐप which can do inventory, invoicing, quotations, CRM, not a single app.
Fair enough. And just again, because quite a few SaaS founders in early stage might be listening, so for their benefit, so churn, you are saying there's not much churn. Payment differs. If you can give me some idea, because other folks, other founders can relate to that and maybe take some insights. And then new customer, you said the new customer acquisition or a new customer conversion is very low.
In terms of, let's say we talk about pure churn. So pure churn happens, there are 2 big churns in SaaS, especially SaaS which is core to your business. ये समझना बहुत जरूरी है. SaaS का जो churn होता है, that is a function of what SaaS you sell. So in an accounting software situation, you have a churn immediately when they start using a software. They say यार ये मजा नहीं आ रहा है, अब मुझे use नहीं करना है. That is the first quarter churn that they say I'm not going to use it. But once you use an accounting software, you will never stop using it. So what we see is a very high churn, close to, let's say 5% or even close to 10% in the first quarter of usage. After that, it goes above 100% because they get more usage out of it. एक साल आपने टैक्स जमा कर लिया किसी भी सॉफ्टवेयर से, कोई भी सॉफ्टवेयर खरीदी हो, आप उसको छोड़ नहीं सकते हो. टैली इसीलिए जिंदा है मार्केट में. So accounting software is a very different game. CRM software, I call CRM software a software owned by marketing managers. वो जॉब कर रहा है, आएगा कंपनी में, आपकी जोर डालेगा, कुछ डालेगा, यूज करेगा, आप उसको फायर करोगे, दूसरी कंपनी जाएगा, वो लेकर जाएगा. तो इंटरव्यूज होते हैं भाई, इंटरव्यूज होते हैं कि भाई मुझे ये HubSpot आता है, मुझे ये आता है, जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिखा होता है प्रोडक्ट का. तो दैट इज रन बाय प्रोडक्ट टीम्स, employees, and then they take the product with them, they go to the next company and so on and so forth. So CRM has a very different churn based on अगर आपकी टीम ही नहीं है जो यूज करना चाहती है. So they will only use what they know. ERP में ऐसा नहीं होता है. They have to use the software the company uses, because otherwise accountant can't do the accounts. So if you are in core business SaaS, you are relatively more secure, but you have a very, very high barrier to entry. So why will somebody do this? So India is the best market because किसी के पास है ही नहीं. So when you go to a new customer, he says, "Yeah, I'm using some pen and paper, or I'm using some Tally and all." It's easier for them to move to a proper system on phone. So India is a very good market for that. Core SaaS. India is a very bad market for non-core SaaS because कोई trend ही नहीं है. So non-core SaaS is also, and non-core SaaS is not core SaaS. मतलब nobody says कि CRM नहीं खरीदोगे तो कल तुम्हारा tax submit नहीं होगा. So non-core SaaS के selling points are very different. So if you are a SaaS provider, then if you're in core SaaS, your churns are low, you have a very high barrier to entry, but you get to keep that in highs and lows. Non-core, the challenge is if the company decides to stop CRM for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, you're gone.
Gone. Yeah, interesting. And a lot of payment differs because a lot of founders I was talking to, unfortunately, India still is. We call it a credit card market, but still it's a mixed market. And people call you to say, "Though I put my credit card, but please delay please don't charge me," right? So and you use it in more Western countries, Singapore, etc., where once you put the credit card, you put the credit card. So what are you seeing on the collection side?
Actually, no. So a good friend of mine, I'll speak to him tomorrow. In fact, Terence, he was talking to me and he said, "Yeah, why do you work with channels? Yeah, what is the thing? Why are you working with channels?" And I said, "Bhai, I'll tell you why I work with channels." So I sell in Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia. Even in Singapore, people don't use credit cards to sign up for your SaaS software that we are selling, that you're supposed to pay recurring. So if you don't do that, India doesn't do that, Indonesia doesn't do that. How do you sell and then collect? In India, Apple, phone doesn't sell directly. If you're buying any Apple phone, you're buying from a company called as Ingram Micro. The company Ingram Micro buys from Apple and says, "Okay, I'll give you the collections." So the collections are one thing. The other bigger thing is TDS and general GST. So even if you give me money today, you need to cut TDS for me, which will be claimed separately. All of these transactions, if it's a $10 transaction, 100 rupees transaction, and TDS cut karke pay karna, sub service, we have given you service, so you have to basically keep that on our behalf. All of that is basically a nightmare for any SaaS company. So my recommendation is Ingram Micro is a very good partner that solves this problem for a fee. They'll take a fee. They work with SaaS companies. If you saw Ingram Micro Cloud, they have launched a cloud. They work with SaaS companies. If you have 100, 200, 5,000 customers, you assign them to Ingram Micro, they'll go and collect. Now, how they collect is very simple. They have their own distributor relationships. Let's say you're buying a PC or you're buying a phone. If you're buying it from Ingram Micro or resellers buying from Ingram Micro, they'll give you a credit line. And they'll say, "Pay me by 90 days. The credit line is again amortized. So you're buying 30 other things. So over a period, let's say full 12 months, you get 3 more months for everything. So they handle that user. You work with a large provider like Ingram Micro. They are very good. There are other providers like ECS, Innovix. You have to work with them. The credit card fee of 2%, 3%, whatever it is, 4%, sometimes 4%, actually more. Actually, if you're working with CC Avenue is probably less, but others are more. That will kill you as a SME selling to Indian SMEs. You can't afford to lose 5%. So that is
sure. And so so on the collection side, you have not seen much differ or much ups and downs in past two months. It's kind of going on the same page.
Our collection comes from Ingram Micro, so they have been very timely. But keep in mind, we are dealing with mid-market, so we are not dealing with bottom of pyramid. Bottom of pyramid, my product is free. I'm saying don't even pay me. But we are seeing a lot of anguish bottom of the pyramid as well. And if there's a customer in bottom of pyramid, I'm sure eventually there'll be a payments issue in 6 months. See, अभी एक ही महीना हुआ है भाई, तो 1-2 महीने का 1 क्वार्टर का पेमेंट तो आदमी निकाल देता है. उसके बाद फिर चैलेंजेस आना शुरू होते हैं. ये लंबी अभी देखना, ये 12 महीने का आगे सिचुएशन काफी ब्लीक है. So let's not make judgments on that as of now. It's not looking bad, but I'm sure it's going to get worse as we progress.
Sure. And let's take a couple of questions, and then we can get back to more on the opportunities for SaaS companies in the acquisition space and fundraising space and all of that. So Rahul has asked, with SMBs out of business, how big has been the impact on SMB focused SaaS business in terms of MOM or YOY growth? And I'll club it with the second question because they're both kind of same. Which is the contradictory question or just opposite question. Mostly SMB SaaS has been considered tougher than enterprise SaaS. Can this be turned around with the crisis? So impact and how it can be turned around, if I put it simply.
So if you are a startup for SMB SaaS, this is the best time to be in. As long as you can, so again, let me qualify that. As long as you're looking for growth, acquisition, access to market, usage. If you're looking for funding or other, I would say, the way I put it is, if you're looking for cash from customers,
we'll come to that. The funding side will come on the business side, yeah.
Business side, maybe cash. If you're looking to fulfill your business objectives through cash that comes from your business, that's a no-no, and I'm sure they know that. But this is the best time to go to market. Go to the next town that you are, whenever it opens, whenever the whole, market opens. Go to the next town and say, boss, ये चीज लो या आप यूज करो, अब तो यूज करना पड़ेगा. जो आपको जिससे मिलोगे वो आदमी मना नहीं कर सकता. सिर्फ 3 महीने पहले तक cloud was a slight if. Why do I need cloud? Why do I need? Maybe I don't need it. Right now, talk to any vyapari, any lala, any धंधे वाला in India. Pick a phone and speak to them and say, sir, आपका सारा धंधा फोन पे चल जाएगा, आपके लिए ठीक है? He will say yes outright. He won't say no. The question is what and how. Question is not why anymore.
So actually, I'm hearing the same thing. One of my friend was telling me, and he runs a vertical SaaS for mid-market SMB itself. And he was telling me he's getting as big as 50k, 100k contracts. Though it is a SaaS, but right now it's become more of a SaaS enterprise mixed model. And they are saying, take the money, help us do it, but just bring us online, help us sell.
एक और insight है कि enterprise भी बहुत अच्छा हो गया है for SMB SaaS businesses, because enterprise are also not going to afford the large payments they make to large software companies anymore. So पूरा धंधा downstream move करेगा. So even for enterprise, if you are selling to enterprise, this is a good time to negotiate your contracts better and say, see, I need, okay, maybe not more money, but मुझसे काम ज़्यादा मत कराओ. Use the software, standard software. I move to the next client and I'll scale it up. So this may be the best time to negotiate, renegotiate your contracts. But for an SMB specific business, boss, इससे अच्छा time क्या आएगा यार? Now you have a proof of concept. You have see, there's something called in SaaS, right? कि वो market product fit बहुत important होता है. Product market fit कर लो यार. वो product तुम्हारा market के लिए है कि नहीं है? This is the best time यार. Product market fit sir. और कहाँ मतलब कब मिलेगा यार? ये जाओ प्रोडक्ट मार्केट फिट करो यार. उठो सुबह सुबह और जाओ. मतलब अभी चलना है बाद में. जैसे
and I know कि you might not know the percentage, but Priya has asked almost on the similar lines. Before COVID versus after COVID, what percentage changes can we see in technology investment by SMB? So like 10-20%, or are we talking 50-60%?
नहीं देखिए
इन्वेस्टमेंट
ऐसा नहीं होगा. देखिए ऐसा कोई SMB इन्वेस्टमेंट बढ़ाने नहीं वाला है. SMB मार्केट वॉल्यूम का है, कन्वर्जन का है. ये पर यूनिट बेसिस पे आपको पैसा नहीं मिलने वाला है. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक SMB आपका चलो 2 रुपए के 3, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला. वो 2 से 3 भी खर्चा नहीं करेगा. लेकिन जो पहले 2 मिलियन लोग थे वो अभी 3 मिलियन हो गए. 3 क्या 30 मिलियन हो गए. सो योर मार्केट became what would be a 5-10 million market to a 100 million market. They may spend even less per unit basis, but on a aggregate basis, you have got 10x more from the market. तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि आपका एक SMB ओनर है बोलेगा अच्छा मुझे, इनफैक्ट वो तो मैं तो फ्री बेच रहा हूँ यार, तो वो तो बोलेगा फ्री में है कि नहीं है कुछ. Having said that, आप when you add those transactions over and you add a little bit of fee, you're probably making 10 times as much. So in terms of aggregate market, my numbers are this is exactly easily 5 to 10 times in terms of market access and market readiness. So product market fit में होता है ना कि market ready है कि नहीं है. मार्केट को बोलो वो बोलेगा सर आज नहीं कल नहीं परसों. इंडिया में तो यार हमेशा मतलब 10 साल से बोलते हैं यार लोग, अरे कल आना, अरे परसों आना, अरे कल. अभी वो कल परसों नहीं है, अभी आज का है. So that monumental shift from कल आना परसों आना, that is probably affected 5 to 10 times more SMB. So you have a bigger market, but individually they'll not pay more.
Fair enough. And coming back to our initial conversation and also touching on the funding side, which you were also talking earlier. So for SaaS companies, especially let's say serving to mid market and SMB, or maybe few other industries, do you think it will be as bleak as B2C funding opportunity, or do you think more innovations are going to come and more money is going to get poured in? So TAM increase हो गया है, but funding आएगा नहीं आएगा. So there's so many contradictory questions.
What you scared TAM?
सीख रहा हूँ सर, मैं आजकल सीख रहा हूँ सर.
नहीं देखो यार,
तो
यार मेरा पर्सनल बिलीफ है, जितने भी एंटरप्रेन्योर देख रहे हैं, 5-10 एंटरप्रेन्योर जितने भी देख रहे हैं भाई लोग, B2C बिजनेस, शॉपिफाई की बात करी ना, शॉपिफाई इज अ क्लासिक एग्जांपल ऑफ बॉर्डर लाइन B2C B2B. सो B2C का बिजनेस है ना, उसकी लाइन खींचो और उस लाइन पे रहो, या B2B की साइड रहो. B2C की साइड will be very tough execution, will be very tough in getting anything done. B2B side, this is the best time. This is honestly the best time because your market TAM, as you said, has increased phenomenally. People are willing to, not just TAM, but the checklist where people are willing to listen to you. Now, don't jump the steps. Don't jump over the steps. So the first few steps are get your product market fit right, get your customer acceptance, customer happiness right, get your basics right, and then start charging them how Alibaba did, whether in transaction or whether you can't charge $100 per month. That is gone. Nobody can charge $100 per SME. So you have to charge incrementally and make a small plan that creates a very win-win between you and an SME. And if you can do that, dude, this is the best time to be in the market.
No, so just kind of, coming back to the question. So I'm saying raising a 10, 20, $30 million check from Series A to Series C for SaaS companies, be it any industry, how do you think, how hard or easy it will be comparative to before? Let's say, even if you compare SaaS to SaaS.
B2B is going to be much easier than B2C. Mm-hmm. So I think B2B going forward will be easier for India in terms of execution. You will have to do a much more execution. You have to show numbers and all, but easier for India definitely going forward.
Why would you say that? Because of the increased market size and opportunity?
Metrics, because of everybody is seeing these metrics. Usage is definitely going up. I'm seeing users for CRM that I have never seen before. People are using campaigns that I've never seen them use before. So the usage across the board is going up. Acceptance technology is going up. Now, as I said, cloud is not a taboo term anymore. Cloud is not a, should I use it or, is it something for me? It's a completely accepted term. So funding in B2B is going to be, and of course, you look at the other side. Investors are sitting on a lot of dry powder. They're sitting on, there's 2 trillion worth of money, which is eventually going to flow into equity. That has to pay. So, मेरा तो एक सिंपल सा कहना है यार, ये 12 से 18 महीने काफी प्रॉब्लम रहेगी. जो सरवाइव कर गया 18 महीने, वो निकल गया आगे. ये हिस्ट्री में हमेशा हुआ है. ब्लैक प्लेग आया था, रेनेसा आया उसके बाद. ब्लैक प्लेग में सारी टेक्नोलॉजीज अपग्रेड हुई हैं. इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन यू कैन एट्रीब्यूट टू ब्लैक प्लेग. तो जब भी वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 आई तो फिर बूमर की जनरेशन आई. वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 3-4 साल काफी खराब बीते. तो जब भी वो 3-4 साल काफी खराब जाते हैं, उसके बाद जब मार्केट वापस आता है तो इट बूम्स अ लॉट. So obviously just stick around, stay around, hold yourself for another 12-18 months. The times are going to get immensely better, and B2B SaaS is where
Sure. And Umair has asked, inventory heavy customers from retail. Are you enabling inventory movement from retail shop to home? Have you seen a shift from these retailers movement towards shop home? New models of acquisition towards online. So basically, he's saying, are you moving their inventory from shops to home so they can ship it out?
बहुत लफड़ा हो गया कि लोगों के पास बारकोड रीडर ऑफिस में जो होता है वो है नहीं, घर पे नहीं है, या कोई इन्वेंट्री मूव कर रहा है. उसको पिक पैक शिप कहते हैं इंडस्ट्री को. द इंडस्ट्री, बाय द वे, इंडस्ट्री दैट मूव्स इन्वेंट्री फ्रॉम होम इज कॉल्ड एज पिक पैक शिप, और फ्रॉम होम और फ्रॉम अ वेरी स्मॉल वेयरहाउस कॉल्ड एज पिक पैक शिप. पिक पैक शिप में हमने फोन पे बारकोड रीडर डाल दिया अभी कि भैया आप फोन से ही बारकोड रीड कर लो. देयर इज अ बिग मूव अवे फ्रॉम ट्रेडिशनल वेयरहाउसेस टू होम एंड पिक पैक शिप, and that we are seeing a very high. The smarter SMEs have figured it out that using inventory very smartly, so they're not ordering a lot of inventory. Home की inventory का मतलब ये होता है कम ही रख सकते हो. Once you buy, see एक चीज आपको, you have to put yourself in an SME shoe. When they buy a big warehouse, they have to fill it because big warehouse. When they fill it, now they have to sell it. If they can't sell it, they go bankrupt. So the whole campaign in US and China has been, we will not hire warehouses. We will order directly from manufacturer and give it to the end user. And this is where Shopify comes in. So Shopify को ड्रॉप शिपिंग का पूरी मतलब किताबें लिखी गई हैं यार. चाइना, भारत में पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है मेक इन इंडिया में. लेट्स नॉट डिस्कस दैट. बट जो फाउंडेशन ऑफ चाइनीज इकोनॉमी एंड चाइनीज ग्रोथ है वो ड्रॉप शिपिंग है. ड्रॉप शिपिंग क्या होती है? हम आपके साइट पे आएंगे, अमेजन पे आएंगे या किसी पे आएंगे, शॉपिफाई पे आएंगे, वो आप डिसाइड कर लो. आपके साइट पे किया, प्रोडक्ट है ना, वो मैंने शिप ही नहीं किया. प्रोडक्ट जा रहा है सीधे मैन्युफैक्चरर से आपको. प्रोडक्ट को डिस्काउंट दिया हांगकांग पोस्ट ने. So when Hong Kong Post gets this product, they sell it or they ship it to East Coast in US for 50 cents, and they plug everything. They bring everything together. So drop shipping हो गया, ये pick pack ship हो गया. बहुत बड़ा मूवमेंट आ रहा है भारत में भी, बहुत बड़ा मूवमेंट आ रहा है, but bottom up आ रहा है. तो that we are definitely seeing, and that we are seeing in the ratio 1:3, 1:4. मतलब warehouses की जो जरूरत थी पहले, वो बहुत ड्रास्टिकली गिर रही है बिकॉज प्रोडक्ट मूवमेंट बहुत होता है यार. मतलब आप जो आप प्रोडक्ट खरीद रहे हैं, वो एक प्रोडक्ट आया था ना 2 साल पहले, वो घूमता था, चक्कर कितनी घूमती थी, वो आया क्या था, वो क्या कहते थे, वो आया जो घूमता था ऐसे से, हर जगह दिखा और 6 महीने में गॉन. सो के लिए आप वेयरहाउस बनाओगे और आप जगह रखोगे तो आप तो बर्बाद हो जाओगे. सेम गोज विद शर्ट्स एंड सेम गोज विद एनी फैशन अपैरल एंड सेम गोज विद एनी होम अपैरल. सो दीज आर ऑल ड्रिवन बाय फ्रंट एंड्स नाउ. तो शॉपिफाई पे साइट बनाइए, साइट को अच्छे से कलर करिए, फिर जो डिमांड आएगी वो आपके पार्टनर्स फुलफिल कर लेंगे, आपको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं.
Basically, so lot of supply chain players are also saying they will be taking the cost, and owners of setting up the dark stores, they so call it these days apparently, which is akin to warehouses, but all the retailers inventory, different retailers can store the inventory. So are we kind of going on those lines, right? So you are telling more from a SaaS perspective, I'm telling more from a retailer's perspective, and they will come together, and dark stores and warehouses going down and common dark stores will be the theme.
Yes. So the theme is common everywhere. SaaS versus enterprise versus SMBs, dark stores versus millions of small SMBs. And I bet my money on small SMBs because that is what they are using Shopify. And then you can see Shopify stock going up. The millions of small SMEs are creating their own small websites and creating small items directly with the manufacturer. So there's no dark stores involved here. Dark stores are ordering that on a very different idea that eventually I'll be able to sell through my shopfront. SMBs are creating their own small shopfront. So I put my money on SMBs, but the idea is similar, yes. And Bharatiya SMBs, Indian SMBs, please, if you, even one guy is looking at it, मेरा काम हो गया आज का, आप अपना कैटलॉग बनाइए, अपना फ्रंट एंड बनाइए, सामने का 3 महीने 6 महीने में बिल्कुल रिफ्रेश कर दीजिए. कहां से बनता है, कौन बनाता है, टेंशन नहीं है. 1000 लोग बना रहे हैं. There are 100 companies. Go to any market platform. We will give it to you. Anybody will give it to you. You focus on the front end. You focus on making the product better in the front end. मतलब लोग देखते हैं ना कि Instagram में देखते हैं. They'll go to Instagram and see your product. There are companies solely on Instagram and Shopify. They are doing millions of dollars.
But what about the Reliance Jio Jio Facebook deal? And again, I know the market is very big as everyone says, and so many players can coexist. But with Jio owning the supply chain end to end, Jio owning the POS, inventory management, everything end to end, so whole distribution, right? And do you think that will create challenges for you, Zoho, Freshworks of the world selling to Indian market, given the muscle Reliance can flex?
कहाँ से कहाँ चले गए यार,
सब जाना पड़ता है सर, थोड़ा
बड़े लोग हैं यार. देखो ऐसा है कि वो जो कर रहे हैं वो एक टॉप डाउन अप्रोच है. वो इनफैक्ट Jio is very good, but they will never be able to replicate, like Walmart will never be able to replicate what Shopify is doing. Amazon and Shopify, the biggest e-commerce system today is Amazon, and who's number 2? Not Walmart, not Target, not the typical US brand. Number 2 is Shopify. So keep that in mind. That's a very good way to, you started this whole session in a very, very with a very, very good insight on Shopify. This company is the, I would say it has all the characteristics of this economy. And if you study this company very well, if you study this company deeply, payments karte hain wo log, unka other revenue payment se aata hai. We spoke about that. They're doing a lot of things right, but those right things are plugged directly into the economy. So अगर economy के levers देखने, if you want to study economic levers today, you study this company. So this company is about aggregating demand from millions of small SMBs versus Amazon, which is what Jio probably is trying to do, which is I will be everything. I'll create, warehouses, infra. You come to my website and order. I'm sure Flipkart does that as well. Shopify says, no, every SMB is different. Every store is different. You use my software, and then bottom up, we'll create a revolution on e-commerce side. So that is what is happening. It will happen. I don't think we or Freshdesk or anybody has to be afraid of Jio. In fact, I love Jio. Yeah, if they have given internet to everyone in India, that's a very good thing.
Sure. And a question, let's pick one question and on a different note altogether, which is more on the hiring side. So what do you look for senior hires? And maybe, that's a valid question. And let's talk about VP level and above, or CXOs. Again, CXOs is slightly more narrow, but yeah, let's say VP level and above. So because a lot of founders, who are at, certain sizable revenue and sizable funding, key hire is always a challenge. And how you have been solving it from past couple of years, past 3-4 years?
नहीं solve कर पा रहे.
नहीं हो पा रहा.
सोचो, फ्रेशडेस्क बनाई एक्स जोहो के आदमी ने. फ्रेशडेस्क किसी फ्रेश आदमी ने नहीं बनाई, किसी आउट ऑफ द कॉलेज और अर्नस्ट एंड यंग KPMG वाले ने नहीं बनाई. उस आदमी ने बनाई जो उस धंधे में था पहले से. सो दैट इज अ साइन कि इस धंधे में होना चाहिए टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस धंधा. मेरे 10 साल हो गए, अभी तक मुझे बताते मेरे धंधे के बारे में जो मुझे नहीं पता होता. बात सही है. सो लास्ट ईयर मैंने एक प्रोग्राम लिखा था अपने को-फाउंडर के साथ. हम लोगों ने अपने साथ में लिखा था. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया था, मैं बोलता हूँ लिखा था, लिखा इन लोगों ने था. 10 साल हो गए. जावा में लिखा था, फ्रंट एंड कुछ डाल दिया था. तो लास्ट ईयर डिसाइड किया अपग्रेड करना है. फंडिंग आगे तो अपग्रेड करना पड़ेगा. क्लाउड का बनाना है, मोबाइल ऐप लिखना है. भाई जी, हम लोग IIT के पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं. हम लोग को चमका नहीं. तो we had a full team and we realized eventually people who don't know SaaS even in technology, forget about business people, forget about sales people, even they are not a good fit, because SaaS is a very different beast, and that is why there are very few good SaaS companies. So my advice to you as an entrepreneur, if you are a SaaS business, please hire from somebody who has a SaaS experience. Don't hire from traditional economy. I'm so sorry. Advice to somebody who's looking for a job is you work with a SaaS company. Now, how you sort it out, you work with a small startup, you do a small internship, you work on some ideas, take some equity. How you sort it out is your problem, but you must work with a SaaS company. When you work with a SaaS company, you realize it's not Paytm, it is not Flipkart. Flipkart is a different company, e-commerce is different, SaaS is different, trucking is different. You can't switch sectors easily. And my personal belief is SaaS is very, very different. As I said, even Shopify is very different. Even within SaaS, accounting companies are very different. And if you don't know that sector very well, you will eventually be very troubled. And if you are very strong, you can learn it. But my advice is learn it before you deep dive. So I'm always looking for people to work with us. But my experience is that if you're not from my industry, like we hired somebody from PwC, very good guy, but finance guy, but SaaS, very different. So he came in and said, yeah, so monthly recurring revenue is very different. Now I realize what it is, because monthly recurring revenue has a different treatment. When somebody says your revenue kitna hai, people ask me what is your revenue. Yeah, I don't think of revenue in that sense, because if I sign up a user in December, the revenue is 1 by 12. If I sign up a user in January, the revenue is 12 times. There's a rule of 72, 12 plus 11 plus 10 plus, n plus 1 by 2 karoge. So if you add 12, 10, 11, to 1, the number will be 78. Sorry, rule of 78. So you multiply your revenue from January by 78. That is how much you get from a user in the whole year from a company, right? So these are ideas that accountants don't know outside of SaaS. So for me, right, a January user is very different from a December user. So if you want to get into SaaS, then please don't go to a big company. Go to a small one, learn, and then traverse the whole ecosystem. But there is a reason why Freshdesk came from Zoho, and ChargeBee came from the whole ecosystem as well. There's a reason why Chennai is SaaS capital of India, because it all came from Zoho. It all came from Sridhar Vembu, and most of it. And it's because the knowledge is very intrinsic. It's not available everywhere, and you can't be smart and say, I'll sort it out. Eventually, you'll hit a very big wall, and we keep hitting that wall all the time.
Sure. And taking one more question before we get back into the conversation, is on the reach side. So coming back to more on the distribution side, how do you plan to reach out to SMEs in tier 2, tier 3 cities, given the internet penetration is much better now? It is one less barrier to reach the end user. So I'll just flip the question. Can you help with few distribution strategies for tier 3 users to reaching out to tier 3 users, be it online, be it offline, from a SaaS company perspective?
So again, depends on this. So you're talking about us as a company or any?
Yeah, for example, we can take an example as a company. How do you guys reach out to a tier 3 user?
बहुत अच्छी कहानी बताता हूँ. Again, sorry, correct me if I go over time. Tally की कहानी. भारत की सबसे बड़ी सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनी कौन सी है? Tally है. ये तो अग्री करोगे ना?
मतलब I don't know the numbers, but I will go with you.
अरे मतलब तो यार नंबर वही है कि अब टैली के नंबर नहीं टैली होता है, और वो मेरे
it is one of the largest. Sure.
मुझसे पूछोगे तो आई हैव सीन द इकोसिस्टम. टैली का इकोसिस्टम है 25,000 पार्टनर. टैली के 1 मिलियन पेड यूजर्स हैं और करीब 5 मिलियन अनपेड यूजर्स हैं. 25,000 पार्टनर हैं. तो अगर एक सॉफ्टवेयर है जो टियर 2 टाउन, अगर आप ले लें यूपी का मुजफ्फरनगर ले लें, ठीक है, उन्नाव ले लें, 3 है, टियर 3 है उन्नाव. तो उन्नाव में अगर एक सॉफ्टवेयर यूज होता होगा तो टैली यूज होता होगा. बाकी माइक्रोसॉफ्ट है कि नहीं है, ऑब्वियसली देयर बी सम एक्सेस टू माइक्रोसॉफ्ट, बट टैली तो गारंटीड होगा, किसी ना किसी के पास होगा. सो यू लुक एट टैली स्टोरी, एंड टैली स्टोरी इज द मोस्ट बॉटम अप स्टोरी ऑफ ऑल टाइम. In my own opinion, it's a $1 billion company. It does $1 billion sales. Obviously, they don't report it, and for whatever reason, there's a whole black box there. But the way they did that is bottom up. So they went town to town and started creating a partner network. So today, if I'm hiring a CA, I don't hire CA, I hire a Tally certified CA, because they have to work on the software. So go to the nearest town, and then don't go to the end user, go to the nearest channel you can find. Why nearest channel? Because India has 1 billion people. Everybody needs a job. Eventually, they'll figure out your job and kind of disintermediate you. So don't disintermediate them. Get them involved in your business. So let's say there's a company, run by my friend, that runs some saloon business, but they sell in US. If they had to go to this town, they would go to a channel partner in the town and say, यार ये कितने सैलून वाले हैं यहाँ पे? तो बोलेगा, यार सर यहाँ 50 सैलून वाले. बोलेगा चलो 50 सैलून वाले के नाम इकट्ठा कर लो, तुम इतने पैसे ले लो. उनको एक इवेंट हॉल में बुला लो, इतना पैसा ले लो. अगर वो साइन अप करते हैं, इतना पैसा ले लो. So your go-to market is with this guy who knows the ground realities very well and who will give you more. So Tally का बताते हैं यार, Tally का एक अहमदनगर गए, अहमदनगर में Tally का ओन करता गए यार. This is on record, so I'll have to be very careful. But just so
कोई बात नहीं.
People get this knowledge here, because it's something that everybody must know.
We can sure.
So again, Tally, Tejas is a good friend of mine, so I'm sure he'll not mind. अहमदनगर में गया यार, वहां पे इंडस्ट्रियल स्टेट था. इंडस्ट्रियल स्टेट के पास गया तो एक टैली की शॉप थी. अंदर घुसे, बोलता है सारा जो इंडस्ट्रियल स्टेट है वो मैंने सेटअप किया. अच्छा, जो बंदे से बात कर तो मलयाली बंदा था, मल्लू बंदा था. तो मैंने कहा मराठी, हम लोग महाराष्ट्र में है और आप मलयाली कैसे हो? तो कहानी उसकी क्या थी कि वो केरला से एक ट्रिप करने आया था, अहमदनगर आया था for some other reason, and he went into a Tally course. He went into the Tally course, learned Tally, then he found a customer there, and then he stayed back to serve that customer in Ahmednagar industrial estate. And from that day onwards, he started selling to that whole network of customers. So he was not just selling Tally, he was selling computer hardware, he was selling printers, he was selling routers, जो होते हैं ना, ऑफिस में आके LAN लगाते हैं. Then eventually he progressed towards telecom. Now this guy is a 100 CR revenue guy. He does 100 CR every year. Again, sorry, numbers are out, but just to give you some idea.
Sure. And again, so if I can put it more clearly,
essentially,
offline channel part. So if I put it more simply, offline channel partnerships still will be a big way to capture tier 3, tier 4 users. And internet penetration is not going to change that percentage of offline channel partnerships to a broad level.
भाई तुम पैसा गूगल को दोगे, तुम पैसा फेसबुक को दोगे, you have to pay somebody, right, to access this customer, to access this user somewhere. You pay to show you a page. If you are B2B, it will work in your favor. It will work immensely better if you work with this guy and say, see, I have this software. Can you arrange 50 people to come to your office and we'll give them free lunch or whatever it is next month? Obviously, India में सब तैयार होते हैं खाने के लिए. And you start from there. You will get right there, you get feedback. Product market fit feedback मिल जाएगा, सर ये आपका प्रोडक्ट जो है ना ये अच्छा है बट इसमें ये चीज नहीं है. उसमें फीडबैक मिल जाएगा कि पैसा कितना है सर, आपका महंगा बहुत है. So you get everything which you will not get from Google. You'll get real feedback, and then when you have this base, then you scale na. You get 2, 3, 4 tier 2 towns, 3 tier towns, get 500,000 users, then you scale, then Google पे लगाओ. So you scale after you have a very good base of users.
Sure, and taking one sort of last question and connecting to the same thing, pricing, right? And we talked about pricing in an earlier conversation. So for mid-market SMB, if you take as an example, given your experience, what kind of pricing structures will play out? What kind of credit lines will play out? If you want to kind of, just give us some insight on that.
Because pricing is the most creative thing in the history of products. The thing that I'm noticing now, and especially smart SaaS SMEs are figuring out, buyers are figuring out, is bundling. So, आपका, मुझे इंटरनेट लेना है, मुझे 2 फोन लेने हैं और आपका सॉफ्टवेयर लेना है, पूरा कॉस्ट कितना आएगा? मेरे पास 5 एम्प्लॉई हैं, मेरे को ये पूरा कॉस्ट कितना आएगा सर? पूरा कॉस्ट बताओ आप, 1 साल का कॉस्ट बताओ. सो क्यों वर्टिकल बेस्ट ऑफ ब्रीड नहीं चल पाता है? बिकॉज बेस्ट ऑफ ब्रीड चलता है एंटरप्राइज में जहां पे देयर इज अ गाय बंडलिंग फॉर देम हु इज कॉल्ड एज द CIO. ही डज द टोटल कॉस्ट बताओ फॉर द बॉस. सो समबडी हैज टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन, ये टोटल कॉस्ट कितना है? So one thing that you have to answer is the whole bundling thing. Now, whether you work with Jio or you work with Airtel or you work with Vivo. So we work with Startup in Singapore, which is an ISP. And I work with, as I said, I work with Ingram Micro, which does the bundling for me. So we have just signed a big, massive contract with HP. Again, not for public consumption. And HP is bundling this with their own laptops, our product with their laptops. So the idea is a price, one company, one price, and user says, I pay this much for 2 years. Support included है, product included है, service included है, customization अगर चला गया तो वो भी included है. They are not, see, SME is not looking to talk to 50 people. Yeah, they'll not call 50 people and ask for 50 prices. Even if they do, they can't negotiate 50 times, right? So one thing, the golden nugget here is, and that I realized very late in life, is nobody cares about your price, because there's a lot of hidden price and other price that they will have to pay for that you don't care for. अपना यूएस का एंटरप्रेन्योर तो ठीक है, बोलता है यार उनका ले लो, तुम्हारी प्रॉब्लम है, मेरे इतना दे दो. भारत का एंटरप्रेन्योर हैज टू आंसर दैट क्वेश्चन एज वेल कि यार मेरी कॉस्ट कितनी आएगी. सो इफ यू कैन वर्क दैट आउट, दैट इज हाफ ऑफ योर बैटल वन. Beyond that, your pricing in India has to be with volume. So US में you have 10 employees, India में you have 100 employees, same size of company, 1000 employees, same size of company. So you have to discount it on user. My best experience has been, I tell them, sir, 3 साल का है contract. आप इतना पे करो हर महीना, 3 साल का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, you can't walk out of this, but upfront 1 year. So you kind of balance usage with upfront and cash that you can get upfront through bundling, through partners, and through a consortium that will include training of users as well, support, any changes as well. So you have to keep all that in mind.
Sure, got it. So, sir, and I think we have kind of went into different buckets, from pricing to distribution to overall SaaS, and a lot of good examples on Shopify especially. So if you just want to summarize the whole conversation, 4 or 5 points, one for SMBs who are listening and one for entrepreneurs in SaaS who are listening, and we can keep both the buckets, and we can quickly summarize before we get over with the session.
So you said SMBs who are listening and entrepreneurs who are listening.
Yeah. And I want to keep them both separate because one is a seller, one is a buyer.
SMB and entrepreneur are same, yeah. Every SMB is run by an entrepreneur. What are you saying?
Our definition of those are a bit different. So we are saying SMBs who are typical buyers or the new TAM which has opened up, and all SaaS entrepreneurs who are building for this SMB.
5 लोग भी सुन रहे हो भाई लोग, please. हर SMB का entrepreneur और हर entrepreneur के SMB, जितने स्मार्ट हो, स्ट्रीट स्मार्ट हो, तुम्हारे ऊपर है. ये एंटरप्रेन्योर वर्ड, जितना हम लोग लाला वर्ड यूज करते हैं ना, बहुत अच्छा वर्ड है. धंधा चलाओ साले, गल्ला है, गल्ला फुल करो, अपने लोगों को संभाल के रखो, धंधा आगे बढ़ाओ. सो ये सब डेफिनेशंस अलग है. बट लेट्स से आपका, अगर इफ यू आर स्टार्टिंग आउट, छोटा बिजनेस है आपका, चाहे आप तिलक नगर में आपकी एक शॉप हो, चाहे आपकी ऑनलाइन शॉप हो, मेरे लिए दोनों बराबर है. आपका छोटा सा धंधा है जो ब्रिक एंड मॉर्टर है, और आपका धंधा है जो ऑनलाइन है, this is the best time to acquire users. So one thing that we must always remember is users are, you know, they're very hard to acquire, they're very hard to win over, simply because they are not in, nobody buys a product and you know, overnight becomes happy. So they are not trying to buy a product, they're trying to solve their own problems. So if you kind of, you know, if you want to build a product that solves problems and you want to scale from there, and you know, ये झूठ बोलना बंद कर दो कि मैंने प्रोडक्ट बनाया अपने लिए, ये सब प्रोडक्ट यार तुम कस्टमर के लिए बना रहे हो, बात सही है, मतलब कस्टमर इज द किंग. तो ये टाइम बेस्ट टाइम है ये फिगर आउट करने का कि प्रोडक्ट मार्केट फिट है कि नहीं. आपका जो ब्रिक एंड मॉर्टर शॉप है, आपकी जो ऑफलाइन शॉप है, ऑनलाइन शॉप है, जो भी आप कर रहे हो, आप यूजर एक्वायर बड़ा चीपली कर सकते हो आज की डेट में, क्योंकि यूजर अवेलेबल है, एसएमबी के यूजर्स अवेलेबल हैं जो आपका प्रोडक्ट खरीदेंगे, आपकी सप्लाई चेन अवेलेबल है, हर आदमी कुछ ना कुछ चाहिए इस समय जो नहीं मिल रहा है. सो इनोवेशन आपको लगाना पड़ेगा, टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करनी पड़ेगी अगेन, बट दिस इज द बेस्ट टाइम टू एक्वायर यूजर्स. Now this is the worst time to shore up your revenue, shore up your funding, so you have to be very careful. 18 महीने सर्वाइव करना है, तो 3 सूत्रीय कार्यक्रम अगर मेरा आप मानोगे, 3 points: survive 18 months, acquire as many users cheaply as possible, and keep your flock together, keep a core team together. Some people will have to leave, you have to cut your costs, some people will have to move on, but keep your flock together, survive for 18 months and acquire users cheaply, scale. This time जितनी बड़ी कंपनी दुनिया में बनी है historically, they've always come out of a downturn. Google came out of 2000, Facebook came out of 2008, and we all know that, right? So this is the best time to survive. This is the best time to survive 18 more months. There's a big silver lining that the user is sitting at home today waiting for you to reach out to them and tell them your proposition. As long as you're slightly flexible on charging, which I'm sure you will be, you can get very good feedback. 3 months ago यूजर को बोलते मेरा प्रोडक्ट है, बोलता है अरे बहुत देखे हैं यार, बहुत आते हैं, हर दिन आता है, राइट? सो इट वाज वेरी हार्ड टू acquire good users with good feedback. This is the best time today. Get your users on board, get their feedback on board, and then scale that. Survive 18 months. After that, बहुत अच्छा टाइम आने वाला है.
Great. Thanks, Shashank. Thanks for bringing that up as well. So we will have few more questions, and we'll try to reach out to you and get those answered, and if possible connect few founders who are reaching out to you. And I'm sure you know, we'll keep doing these sessions more often, especially on the mid-market SMB, given the whole focus and the new wave which is coming in. Thanks for joining us. Thanks guys, thanks for listening. And before we sign off, quickly just want to mention that on Saturday we will be back with Inc. 42 show, and the topic will be rethinking the business of food in India post lockdown. We have Ankit Malhotra, co-founder and CEO of Dineout. Arjun Sagar Gupta, founder of Piano Man Jazz Club. We'll also bring in a VC who has invested in food or a food tech startup to bring a VC perspective, and a cloud kitchen founder to bring how the future of cloud kitchens is going to be. And we'll look forward to meet you guys on Saturday. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Shashank.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Great session, and looking forward again if we get a chance. But thank you. Thanks, Vaibhav.
Sure, of course. Thanks, Shashank.